Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about crypto and precious metals, what it is, the comparative advantages and disadvantages, and why Bitcoin is often referred to as digital gold. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to help support the channel. Thank you. One of the most volatile stories of the decade is the real-time boom and bust industry of cryptocurrency. If you're not sure what crypto is, you're not alone. Many people are confused by the concept, the benefits, and the risks. Nonetheless, many who are investing in gold and other precious metals have also invested in Bitcoin or other crypto for a similar reason as to why they've invested in precious metals in the first place. A distrust of government-managed currencies devalued by excessive money printing. But what is cryptocurrency? Let's start there. Cryptocurrency is like a form of digital money that exists purely online. Unlike traditional money, it's not controlled by any government or bank. Instead, it's based on a technology called blockchain, which we'll get into in a moment. When you own cryptocurrency, you have a digital wallet, which is like a secure digital bank account. This wallet stores your cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum as a series of encrypted computer codes. You can use this digital money to buy things online or even in some physical stores that accept cryptocurrency. One of the unique things about cryptocurrency is that transactions are recorded on a public ledger. It's like a digital list of all transactions which anyone can see. But here's the catch. While you can see the transactions, you don't know who made them. It's all pseudonymous, meaning it's hard to trace back to specific individuals. And that transparency helps ensure the system isn't secretly manipulated. It doesn't prevent all manipulation, which we'll see in a minute. When people talk about mining and miners, they're talking about people who set up computers or servers as part of a specific coins network. They primarily do two things: validate transactions and mint new coins. All very interesting, but what does this have to do with gold and other precious metals? Well, cryptocurrency has sort of become its own asset class. And as we said earlier, many who are investing in precious metals are also interested in cryptocurrency as an alternative to government or fiat currency. Early adopters of the technology have seen massive surges in value, and some people have become wealthy by virtue of accruing crypto while it was still unknown and cheap, and selling when the time was right. However, many others have lost a huge amount of money in crypto. In a fair comparison, we should try to highlight the relative advantages and disadvantages of precious metals and cryptocurrencies. However, cryptocurrency doesn't have much in the way of a relative advantage to gold or silver as an asset class. Does have some relative advantages as a currency. Before we go any further, let me emphasize that we are not for or against crypto, and the point of this video is to try to provide an unbiased commentary that compares the two. That said, not everything is pretty, and we're not going to hide from that either. Cryptocurrency is in a highly unregulated industry, and it has had its fair share of fraud and scams. It's not an opinion, it's just an unfortunate fact. The most recent implosion of FTX is a prime example. Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced founder of the bankrupt company, fraudulently siphoned off $8 billion in customer funds. FTX employees committed grievous fraud, which is, as we write, playing out in court where SBF is currently listening to his former friends provide testimony that will likely result in his imprisonment. Or consider that study after study has shown the majority of Bitcoin trading is a hoax. In 2019, Bitwise reported that 95% of spot Bitcoin trading volume is faked by unregulated exchanges. 3 years later, another study reported that over half is still fake, and there's no evidence that the situation has improved in today's industry. It's also the question about crypto's utility, its purpose. What does a digital currency on a blockchain do that a Visa can't? Credit card or debit card offers greater protection and convenience. An alternative currency outside of government control and oversight has more value for illicit purposes or for people whose countries or governments cannot be trusted. And think of someone who's fleeing the draft in Russia. They could convert their savings into a cryptocurrency, put it into a wallet, and carry it with them to another country. Or in other countries where the government is attempting to force citizens to use a CBDC where they control what you can buy or sell, a cryptocurrency arguably has a valid use. However, those scenarios hardly represent a relevant use case to spur global adoption, especially when facing major hurdles such as the learning curve to understand a complex new technology or volatile price swings affecting your ability to use crypto in day-to-day transactions. Now, in the interest of providing a balanced view, crypto is gaining some mainstream adoption. A variety of crypto ETFs have made their way to the SEC for approval. This could spur future growth in the underlying assets, the cryptocurrencies themselves. It also further legitimizes the asset as its own class, if approved. While it's difficult to say where we are in the cycle, it's possible that we're still in early phases with cryptocurrency, meaning an investment now might be a path to future wealth. Advocates of cryptocurrency compare it to the early days of the internet, where investing in the underlying technologies, when it wasn't well understood by many, yielded some incredible returns. But compared to gold and other metals, crypto remains highly risky. Some of the criticisms around precious metals include perceptions around volatility, the spread on metals, taxation, and so on. But all of those concerns are amplified for crypto, with the added risk that any investment in crypto could go to zero. Some of the attributes of precious metals make it an interesting counter asset for the crypto-curious investor. Gold and silver and other precious metals are never going to zero. They're a known commodity with specific uses that are traded in mature, regulated markets. Scarcity is built in. It's easy for people to understand, buy, and sell. You can trade in derivatives if you want, or purchase tangible bullion. There are lots of safe marketplaces to transact in, and it can be used to diversify your portfolio. One of the most interesting conversations occurring in crypto today is the comparison of Bitcoin to gold, and Bitcoin specifically, because it has some of the features of gold. For example, Bitcoin itself isn't designed in such a way that it can be used as a currency for day-to-day transactions. Going back to our Visa example, Visa is capable of processing about 24,000 transactions per second. Bitcoin can do 7 transactions per second on a good day. Now, this problem has existed for Bitcoin for years, and a solution has yet to present itself. So Bitcoin has been advertised by some crypto enthusiasts as more of a digital gold and store of value. They point to its built-in scarcity, just as gold has scarcity. By design, there can never be more than 21 million Bitcoins ever created. Its use as a store of value would render its throughput constraints as less meaningful of a problem. Think of it like savings instead of checking. And crypto enthusiasts also point out that 90% of gold is used as a financial instrument rather than for industrial purposes, meaning that practical or industrial use is not a prerequisite for a financial instrument to become a store of value. Gold does have utility in multiple industries such as electronics and aerospace applications. Gold plating is actually used on satellites to reflect infrared radiation, for example. But it's an interesting pitch that Bitcoin could be digital gold. It is by far the most popular and well-known cryptocurrency, and it has been noted that it does not correlate with other assets typically, meaning it could be used as a hedge if it becomes an entrenched asset class. And therein lies the difficulty in comparing cryptocurrency to gold or silver. Is it a currency or is it an asset? Some are designed to be utilized as currencies, while others seem to have features that enable it to act as an asset instead. And as an asset, gold and other precious metals are a clear winner. As a currency, crypto has an edge because it can be used for online purchases. While it's not as prolific as the traditional debit and credit card, some crypto is accepted online with some retailers. And while it is possible to do business with gold online in some limited circumstances, it's uncommon and cumbersome. At the end of the day, There are many opinions about cryptocurrencies. Some people don't consider them to be anything more than a Ponzi scheme, while others think they're the wave of the future. Some consider them assets, and others think of it as gambling. Only time will tell if this technology becomes a new standard or one of the many abandoned ideas littered across human history. That's all we have for you today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.